Is there one man out there for you who is your Mr. Right, your perfect match? Or is it a couple's job to grow into two people who could stay married for life? Or maybe it's a little bit of both. If you're wondering whether you've found the one or what that even really means, then this video is for you. I'm Cameron, I'm a licensed therapist, wife, and mother, and this is my channel, Modern Marriage, where I share with you all the tips, resources, and insights that I've gathered from working with couples in therapy so that you can start building the relationship that you've always wanted. So today it seems that many women, regardless of their age, are looking for a fully formed man who checks all of their boxes. We want to see with our eyes the evidence of his responsibility, his character, his ability to provide the sort of life that we'd be willing to live with him. Not to say that women shouldn't have standards while dating, or that any man would be an equally reasonable fit for any woman. At a minimum, for example, if you want to stay married for life, research, tradition, and just plain common sense all seem to suggest that you need to find at least 4 things in a guy. Number 1, a basic level of mutual physical attraction. You got to be excited to create kids some way, right? Number 2, values alignment, meaning things like your religion, your political views, your idea of what it means to be a moral or good person, what a healthy marriage looks like to you, how you should balance work and family life, things like that. Number 3, compatible life goals. Do you want kids? Where do you want to live? How do you want to live? What impact do you want to have on your community? And 4, a mutual desire to improve yourselves in service of the family and the marriage. Of course, embedded in these requirements is the condition that a woman has first figured out her own values and life goals and desires self-improvement for the sake of her loved ones. So if you're searching for Mr. Right, that's probably a good place to start, is becoming Mrs. Right. However, once you understand what these requirements are for yourself and you're working toward becoming Mrs. Right, it seems to me that women overlook far too many good men, especially younger men, because we're dating based on past accomplishments rather than on potential. I'll explain what I mean by this in a minute, but before I do, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and share this video with someone who you think might benefit from it. So notice that all of the basic dating requirements I mentioned, maybe with the exception of physical attractiveness, although you can significantly improve that, and it does usually evolve for women particularly once we get to know a guy's personality. All of the other traits are signals towards potential. Unlike wealth, social status, or fame, lifestyle, and the interest of other women, which are all measures of accomplishment a man has already made, our values, goals, and desire for self-improvement indicate who a man could and wants to be more than what he's already done. This lack of willingness to date men on who they're trying to become and instead only dating based on who they already are or what they've already achieved is a large part of why it's hard for many women today to find a guy in his 20s who they consider eligible. And interestingly, I've never met a woman who wishes she'd met her husband later. If anything, a lot of women say they wish they'd found their husband earlier, since that would have given them more time to spend with the person they love most. But this is the dilemma. Men don't become husband material until they're given the opportunity to adopt the responsibility of husband and father. Mr. Right is made, not born. And while this is true for women too, women are on average more psychologically inclined towards settling down into a family unit at an earlier age. While most men want commitment in the context of a marriage with kids, a lot of men also seem to have the potential to find more pleasure in shorter-term relationships for a longer period of time than most women. So at least on the surface, women appear to be prepared to adopt the roles of wife and mother at an earlier age. And that's why choosing a spouse can feel like more of a risk, at least in the beginning, to women, since men develop the basic abilities we're looking for in husbands, like the ability to provide for and defend a family, at a later age. However, no environment calls out of us what we need to be great spouses and parents, like getting married and having kids does. In many cases, including in getting married, proof follows risk, as it's taking the risk that provides the opportunity for men and women to become good husbands and wives. That's why marriage requires faith. Faith is believing without having enough evidence to render the faith unnecessary. Marriage doesn't happen without faith. So how are you supposed to find a man worth that leap of faith? The answer is in his potential, in his vision for the future, in what he's willing to live for and die to defend. When we were dating, I found this potential in my husband embedded in his Catholic faith. At the time, I'd never met a man our age who was more clear on the life he wanted to build, the man he wanted to be, and why he had that vision in the first place. Had he achieved all those dreams yet? No. Did he have a clear plan that he was already working toward to realize those dreams? Yeah. And his dreams were something I believed aligned enough with who I was supposed to become that I was not just willing, but thrilled to tie my destiny to his. No matter what your worldview, the lesson is the same. You want to find a guy who wants to become the sort of man you could trust with your and your kids' lives, and who you believe has the potential to become that man. If your values are the same, chances are your goals for who you two want to be as husband and wife will also align. And if those goals are the same, you can support each other along your journeys toward developing into your different roles, rather than fighting each other's progress as you move in opposite directions. A good friend of mine said this once, and it makes me emotional every time I think about it. Find a man who has the potential to be a husband, who, when you're raising your sons, you can say to them, if you want to know what it means to be a man, let me tell you about your father. Okay, guys, what do you think? Does this align with your experiences of dating and marriage? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, I'm Cameron, and this is Modern Marriage.